Your senior leader just walked up and said, "Find out why sales are down." You're staring at a blank screen, not knowing where to start. Sound familiar? I'm about to show you the exact 3-step framework that transforms these vague business requests into actionable data insights. By the end of this video, you'll never waste hours chasing the wrong metrics again. Let's dive in. Here's the classic scenario every analyst faces. Your boss drops this bomb. Find out why sales are down. And what do most people do? They panic, jump straight into SQL, pull some revenue numbers, and wonder why their analysis feels incomplete. But here's the thing. This question is a trap. Every great analysis follows this process. You start with an ambiguous business question, and through proper question dissection, you transform it into precise data insights. But most analysts skip the most critical step, the question dissection phase. That's where we translate business speak into data speak. Here's the trap that kills most analyses. When you get a vague question, your first instinct is to jump straight to the data. But ambiguity leads to strategically useless answers. Instead, you need to translate vague questions during the business understanding phase. Don't jump to data. Start with clarity. This is step 1 of our framework. Start with why. When someone says sales are down, you need to understand the core driver. Are we talking about fewer visitors, which indicates we need to increase site traffic, lower conversion rate, which suggests we need to improve the buying experience, or cheaper purchases, which implies we need to upsell or diversify our offerings? Each path requires completely different solutions. Here's the million-dollar question. What exactly do they mean by sales down? Are we talking about revenue down or quantity sold down? This distinction is absolutely crucial for accurate analysis. Revenue could be down because of pricing changes, while quantity could be down because of traffic issues. Completely different problems. Let me test your mindset with this question. What's the most dangerous thing an analyst can do when given a vague, urgent question? Is it running an immediate SQL query, asking for the data schema, asking the stakeholder to clarify, or reporting the first number they find? If you said running an immediate SQL query, you're absolutely right. That's the trap that leads to wasted time and wrong answers. Now here's the magic. Step 2 of our framework. Every sales problem breaks down into exactly 3 levers, and I want you to memorize these. Lever A, traffic or acquisition. The English question is, are fewer people coming to our website or store? The quantifiable metric is unique visitors or users, measured daily or monthly. Lever C, conversion rate. The English question is, are people who do come failing to buy? The quantifiable metric is conversion rate, orders divided by unique visitors. Lever V, average order value. The English question is, are they buying cheaper things or fewer items per order? The quantifiable metric is AOV, total revenue, divided by total orders. These 3 levers will solve 90% of your sales analysis requests. Let's apply this to our scenario. We're testing 3 hypotheses: fewer customers visiting the site, lower percentage of visitors purchasing, or customers spending less per transaction. Notice how each hypothesis points to a specific business action. This isn't just analysis, it's strategic consulting. Let's practice with another vague request. The launch of product X was a disaster. How do we deconstruct disaster? We use 3 metrics: acquisition or awareness of product X, performance or adoption of product X, and quality or retention of product X. See the pattern? We're translating emotion into measurable metrics. Quick quiz. If your total revenue is down but your conversion rate is up, which lever is most likely responsible? It's acquisition or traffic. Fewer people are coming to your site. And what does total revenue divided by number of unique items sold tell you? That's the average price per item sold, not AOV. These distinctions matter. Now for step 3, building your data blueprint. Every metric needs 3 components: subject, action, and time frame. Subject. Who or what are we counting? For unique visitors, it's the user ID or session ID. Action. What defines the behavior we're measuring? For visitors, it's a record in the website traffic table. Time frame. When did this happen, and what are we comparing against? You need date columns and a comparison period, like last 30 days versus previous 30 days. This blueprint prevents the most common analytics mistakes. Here's where we get tactical. For AOV, you need order_ID as your subject and revenue_amount for action. The logic is sum of revenue amount divided by count distinct order_ID. For conversion rate, you need user_ID as subject and order_status for action. The logic is count of orders with status complete divided by count distinct user_ID in your traffic log. Notice how we're being precise about what we're counting. Here's a real-world gotcha. You have 2 tables, orders and transactions, both with revenue columns. Orders.revenue is the cart value before discounts. Transactions.revenue is what actually got processed after discounts and tax. Which one should you use for AOV? Always use transactions.revenue because that's what actually hit your bank account. This is the kind of detail that separates good analysts from great ones. Final technical quiz. For customer retention, what's the primary subject you must track? Customer ID. You can't measure retention without tracking individual customers. And for conversion rate, what's the critical requirement? Ensuring your numerator and denominator subjects are defined by a common metric, like session ID. Math matters in analytics. Before you present anything, sanity check your data. Check your timeframe boundaries for accuracy. Ensure important filters aren't excluded. And prevent division by zero errors. Nothing kills credibility faster than error messages in your final report. Here's what separates analysts from strategic consultants. Don't just report numbers. Present a comprehensive action plan. Confirm your hypothesis and present next steps. Show current status, key metrics, and strategic next steps like market analysis, resource allocation, and implementation timelines. Be the person who solves problems, not just reports them. Last check. When you send your final analysis, what should your action plan focus on? Defining next steps for investigation, like segmenting the drop by region, not listing SQL code or asking for opinions, and what prevents mathematically disastrous results. Ensuring your denominator is not zero. Basic math, critical outcomes.
Let me leave you with 4 key takeaways. First, translate vague questions into specific metrics using the 3 levers framework. Second, understand your leader's intent and context. What business decision depends on your analysis? Third, always sanity check your data and logic before presenting. Fourth, present a comprehensive action plan that positions you as a strategic consultant. If this framework helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical analytics content. Next week, I'm covering SQL window functions using the same practical approach. Until then, stop accepting vague requests and start delivering strategic insights.